With great pleasure, I'd like to invite the next speaker, Dr. Charulatha Chatterjee. She is the scientific head and consultant embryologist at Ferty9, a top-class experience of last 22 years in the field of ART. She's been the treasurer of IFS Telangana chapter 21 to 23. She is a faculty speaker who participates in many workshops, CMEs and conferences, and she has many publications in national and international journals. So, Madam is going to talk on sperm preparation techniques. Over to you,
Good
Madam.
morning, all. So, male partner is evaluated, female partner is evaluated, and lab is all set. So, what next? Next is let's prepare the sperm. So, the normal conception, what happens? The sperm moves from vagina to cervix and tube, it will fertilize, form the blastocyst, and then the baby is born. So this is the diagram of natural sperm selection from where the sperm has started the journey from vagina, and it will be a beautiful baby if it is implanted and all the events goes well. So next is the aim of ART. What's the aim? Not only the pregnancy, but the birth of healthy baby. So for that, both the gametes, female gametes and male gametes, both are equally responsible. But today I'm going to talk about only the sperm preparation. The semen analysis, Dr. Anusha has spoke about it. It's the first step for the sperm preparation where we check the macroanalysis and microanalysis of the sperm, and where we count the total count, motility, sperm vitality, and sperm morphology. There are various ways to collect the semen. The best way is to collect with masturbation. The next is coitus interruptus. The third is, if it cannot collect with that two, then there is a spermicidal condom which can be used, or vibrator, or the medicine. WHO analysis from 1980 to 2020, if you see, the sperm is declining. The normal morphology value is 4% only. That means if you see the 4 normal sperm into the 100 sperm count, it considered as to be normal. This is the normal sperm, head, midpiece, and the tail. The head morphology is also very, very important because DNA material is there in the head, the tail, and the midpiece. There are different abnormality which can be seen, which has shown in this diagram what kind of head abnormality, what kind of midpiece abnormality, and what kind of tail abnormality, what we observed under the semen analysis. But we need to take, in case of the ICSI, the normal morphological looking sperm. So the sperm preparation is, there are many basic method and advanced method. Basic methods, and there will be sperm selection. I am not going to talk about the sperm selection, sperm preparation, only advanced and the basic which I am looking for. So first of all, why we need to prepare the sperm? Can't we directly inseminate the sperm in case of IUI? That means no. The answer is no. So we have to isolate the motile and the normal morphological spermatozoa. We have to eliminate the dead spermatozoa, other debris and everything that which is hindering in the semen. So that we have to prepare the sperm for either IUI, IVF or ICSI. The prepared sperm should mimic the condition of in vivo, means sperm capacitation process should be done in vitro. The lab requirement, what are the lab requirements to prepare the sperm is, first of all, we have to have, air control environment, the clean room air system. We should have the laminar airflow. We should have the microscope, either normal or there should be a computer aided semen analysis, what we call is CASA. We should have the incubator. We should have the centrifuge, either it should be, room temperature or the temperature control. Again, what kind of motor is there, swing in model, swing out model, and all that has to be considered when we are, establishing the lab for the andrology. There will be a Markler chamber to count the sperm sample, and total count and motility. There should be media and disposable. So these are all the requirements to prepare the sperm in the laboratory. Now, the basic few sperm preparation method, which there are most popular and which is not popular. One of the oldest method for prepared the sperm is called glass wool technique for the sperm preparation. In this, motile spermatozoa are separated from the immotile by means of densely packed glass fiber wools. But this is now outdated. Nobody is using this technique. The other technique was sedimentation method for layering under paraffin oil. The semen sample should be, prepared sample should be underlayered with the paraffin oil, and which are the fastest and motile sperm which come up that should be used for ART. Now the most popular method is swim up method. What we do here is, if the sperm count is normal, means normozoospermia, we mix with the sperm preparation media, we rotate them with the definite RPM, that is rotation per minute, and the supernatant is discarded, the sediment is overlaid with the sperm nutrient media, and the best motile spermatozoa will swim up, and that can be used either for IUI, IVF or ICSI procedure. So every technique has their advantage and disadvantage. The advantage for this method is we get a good crop of the motile spermatozoa, but the disadvantage here is sometimes in the oligospermic sample, it will not give a good retrieval, and other disadvantage because here we centrifuge it, so that may be chances of we are having the oxidative stress, and that ROS may hamper the fertilization process or the implantation process. The best method for preparing any kind of spermatozoa, either normozoospermia or oligozoospermia or any, is the density gradient. The principle of this technique is based on the density of the sperm and the media. So what we do, either single density or double density. There will be a ready-made commercially available media which can be used to prepare this kind of method. So in the diagram it is showed the upper layer, the down layer and the sperm. So 80, 90, 80, 40 or 45 or 90 is the density gradient, percentage of the density gradient. So we take 80% down, then we overlay the 40% and the sperm. That is a double technique. First we do the density and then we again do the normal swim up method. This method is really good. It gives us a good retrieval of the motile spermatozoa. It can be used for any kind of insemination, either conventional IVF, IUI or the ICSI. Again, many literature, if we see, it has written that centrifuge your semen sample at 300 G. What does it mean? It is a gravitational force. But again, when we see the literature about our centrifuge, it is given as a rotation per minute. So rotation per minute and gravitational force is little different. This graph shows that how to convert the gravitational force into the RPM. So based on that, any technique you are performing in the lab, we should convert that gravitational force into RPM, because all the centrifuge which is available in India, it is fixed on the RPM basis. Now in case of the retrograde ejaculation, if patient comes for the retrograde ejaculation, first is we have to do the urine alkalinization, then urine centrifugation, and that sample is used for ART. So even this sample can be used for the ICSI sample. Now what we have discussed is basic sperm preparation technique. There are many basic preparation technique, but advanced sperm preparation technique which is included into ART. So what does the advance means? This means this procedure gives a good yield, but sometimes nowadays because of the life cycle or many other factors, sperm DNA is getting fragmented. So when the sperm DNA is getting fragmented, either it hampers the fertilization, implantation. Even if it is implanted, the lady might end up into the miscarriage. So if the DFI is high, there are many techniques available, as Dr. Anusha has also told, that treat a man or treat a sperm. We should do both. First, we should treat a man, and the second is treat a sperm into the laboratory. So first is the MAX, which is called magnetic activated cell sorting. Another is microfluidics. This is the Zymot is another brand which is used as a filter system, and then is a Zeta method which is also used but not very popular. So in case of the Zeta, it based on the electrical charge of the sperm, and there is the electrophoresis method also. What we do in the magnetic activated cell sorting, here because the sperm, there are many factors that sperm DNA get damaged. So one of the causes is apoptosis, because it is a programmed cell death. So to avoid this, there is a coated bits. In that column, if you pass the prepared sperm, whatever apoptotic cells or the sperm which we think that it is the DNA is fragmented, that will combine with that bits, and whatever end product we get, it is a good normal morphological sperm. sperm with the less or no DNA fragmentation. And there are many evidence which says that they have checked the semen sample in the DNA fragmentation, and after the preparation they have checked the sperm DNA into after the max, so it is becoming less. So that way we can have the confidence that sperm is good and we can use for either insemination or we can use for the ICSI. So these are the literature which says that max preparation can avoid the DNA fragmentation and can be used as a one of the advanced technique to prepare the sperm into the ART laboratory. There is another microfluidics. This technique is based on the sperm motility. This microfluidics which is there, but the outcome is so less volume that can be used only for the ICSI. It cannot be used for the IUI, or sometimes it cannot be even used for the conventional IVF. The best, most popular method these days is microfluidics by a technique called Zymot. In that case, the sperm volume, the final volume is more than 0.5 ml. This we can use either for IUI, conventional IVF, and for ICSI also. And these are the few literatures which says that microfluidics, again, it has, give the evidence base that it reduces the DNA fragmentation and it can be used as an advanced sperm preparation method into the ART laboratory. So this is the diagram and some video that how, because there is no centrifugation involved here, so there is no sperm fragmentation further, and we can reduce the, there is no centrifugation step here. So this is no DNA gate fragmentation, and even we routinely do in our laboratory, and we have seen that it has improved our outcome in terms of not only improving fertilization rate, but the pregnancy rate. So this is the technique for this, and the take-home message is there are number of preparation methods are available, but we should see the whether sample is oligozoospermia or normozoospermia or oligoasthenoteratozoospermia. Based on the best semen analysis, we should choose the semen preparation technique in the lab, and if the sperm DNA fragmentation is a borderline or something, we should choose between max, microfluidics, and that can be useful for the advanced sperm preparation techniques. That's about my talk. Thank you.